Welcome to Entertainment Stories English, where we bring you the most thrilling and captivating stories from around the world. Today, we'll be taking you back in time to one of the most famous bank heists in history. A daring and cunning operation that left the world stunned and the authorities scratching their heads. Let's dive into the story of the Great Brinks Mat robbery. It all started in the early hours of November 26, 1983, when 6 men, armed with guns and sledgehammers, entered the Brinks Mat warehouse located at Heathrow Airport in London. The men were dressed as police officers and they had planned their operation to perfection. They were after the gold bullion stored in the warehouse, and they were determined to get it. The heist was the brainchild of a man named Brian Robinson, who was a small-time crook with big ideas. He had been researching the Brinks Mat warehouse for months, and he had gathered all the information he needed to carry out the perfect heist. He had assembled a team of 5 accomplices, who were all seasoned criminals and who shared his ambition for wealth and fame. The plan was simple, yet brilliant. The men would enter the warehouse posing as police officers and they would overpower the guards. They would then use their sledgehammers to break into the vaults and steal the gold bullion. They would then make their escape in a van and disappear without a trace. It was a daring and dangerous plan, but the reward was too great to resist. On the day of the heist, everything went according to plan. The men entered the warehouse posing as police officers, and they quickly overpowered the guards. They then made their way to the vaults and used their sledgehammers to break into them. The heist lasted just over an hour, and when the men left the warehouse, they were carrying more than 3 tons of gold bullion worth approximately £26 million. It was the largest robbery in British history, and the world was stunned. The police were baffled, and they had no leads or clues to follow. The aftermath of the Brinks Mat robbery was chaotic and confusing. The police were searching for the perpetrators, but they had no leads or clues to follow. The media was in a frenzy, and the story was headline news around the world. The thieves, meanwhile, were living the high life. They had their hands full with gold bullion, and they were spending their newfound wealth on luxury cars, expensive homes, and lavish vacations. They were living like kings, and they thought they had gotten away with the perfect crime. But, little did they know that the police were closing in on them. The authorities were using all their resources to track down the robbers, and they were finally starting to get some leads. Over the next few years, the police arrested several members of the gang and recovered a large portion of the stolen gold. The ringleader, Brian Robinson, was arrested in 1986 and sentenced to 25 years in prison. The authorities were finally able to piece together the puzzle, and they discovered that the heist had been carried out by a group of small-time crooks who had pulled off the biggest robbery in British history. The trial was a media circus, and the story of the Brinks Mat robbery became the stuff of legend. Today, the story of the Brinks Mat robbery is remembered as one of the most daring and audacious heists in history. The names of the perpetrators have become synonymous with crime and infamy, and the legacy of their crime lives on. But, at the same time, the story also serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and ambition. The men who committed the heist thought they had gotten away with the perfect crime, but in the end, they were caught and punished for their actions. The Brinks Mat robbery remains a fascinating and thrilling story, and it is a testament to the ingenuity and cunning of the human mind. And, as we come to the end of this story, we hope that it has captured your imagination and left you in awe of the events that took place all those years ago. This is Entertainment Stories English, where we bring you the most captivating and thrilling stories from around the world. Join us next time for another exciting adventure. Thank you for watching.